Hello and welcome to my channel. And I'm going to carry on the game, the graphics part of the game. Now what I have to do is, let me just first, I'm going to change the size of that to 13, makes it a bit bigger. Okay, so what am I going to do in this video? I've got all this code that I forgot about, and I didn't make it a priority, and I carried on doing everything else. I should have been looking at this. But now I will rectify it. Okay, so now there was an extra class in here and I just removed it, but it didn't make any difference to the board. So what my aim is to do is to convert this into a component. Okay, so the first step what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a class. Now in React you could create a function. There's functional classes and there's classes. Okay, I normally create classes, but for this instance, I think you are probably supposed to create a functional component, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'm going to call that game control, and I'm going to comment that out. And that's going to become that. I am going to use a handler. And it's going to be similar to this. So let me see. It's going to have a class name. Div class name equal this props. I gave that a silly name. So what I'm going to do is in this one, I'm going to improve the names. Okay. So for this one, game control, what am I going to call it? I'm just thinking. I'm going to call it classes. This prop starts CLA. On click, this handle click, bind this. That's going to be exactly the same. I'm going to need an event on here. Style. I do not need a style. However, I need something called inner. My things, it's crashed for a bit then. Okay. ID, I'm going to call it IID. In fact, I'm going to leave that as CID. Because what it is, I'm always scared that there's going to be a clash if I call it that. So I normally call it CID. What else do I need? I think we've got everything there. Okay. So what I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to replace that button there with it. So I'm going to come here, and it's going to replace this. In fact, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm sure I've done something wrong. Let me just check something. Class name. Okay. Let me just rectify it or something. I should copy this. Put it here. It's gonna error out, but I'm just checking that I've done it right. So, and it needs to maintain the same shape. Button reset, so that should be, yeah, in is correct. ID is fine. I just remember the inner doesn't go there. It's because it's got a good name, more I remembered it, that the inner is shortcut for inner HTML, so it goes in here. And the on click goes, it's on click on the button. So that goes there. I can just put extra space there. Now I can get rid of all of this. And that is a component that I should have. Okay, let me just have a quick check. Button on click. Yeah. So I have to remember the names now. So what it is, I'm going to create a game board, and it's got classes, inner, and CID. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the class here. So this is a component. And when I first put it on, oh man, how come it's showing inner? Inner equals. Let me see. Okay, that's fine. Okay, it's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be that. Let me check if I read any mistakes. Class name, ID, CID, classes, button on click, this and this point is. Yep. So that's how it looks. So now I'm gonna add the attributes on it. First one I'm gonna add is classes equals. As soon as I add these classes, I'm gonna copy the classes from here. You're gonna see it up here. There you go. Now I'm going to carry on. Another one is the CID and the inner. Inner equals reset. CID equals, let's call that reset. What else I need to add? Classes, CID, inner, and that's it. So can you see that button there? So all of this I'm just put a space between it. All of that can be replaced with that. And in fact, I can do the same with this as well. All I have to do is copy another one of them, and but I'm not going to do that. Before doing anything else, I'm just going to test this. Okay, something's wrong. Target that ID. ID equal this pops as CID, so I haven't given her. In fact, I have given the CID something. Let me just have a quick look. Okay, let's troubleshoot. Strange, isn't it? The class isn't going on it. Now let's troubleshoot and see why. The reason why is I haven't got the class on the right thing. The class should be on the ID should be on the button. And that's better. So let's just put that back to how it was. And it should work now. Yep, so that's working. So now that's working. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to, you know what I've done with the build GUI? I'm going to do a similar thing with this. Just thinking what to call it. Oh, let's call it control equals this dot underscore so all we'll have to do is create this function. Let's create it under here. If I'm going to click above, I keep doing that. Underscore build control. Now I'm going to have to do what I've done before, and I'm going to create a little object with settings in it. I'll just paste that in. And these are the exact settings that I want, you know, for these two buttons. One of them is force move. The other one is reset. So these are the exact settings for them. So what I have to do now is I have to return settings dot map and this time I'm going to use M instead of typing out model. So now I'm just going to get that class, and at the same time I can check it. So that's a good thing about doing it like this. I can actually check it. Okay. So obviously, if anything doesn't match, I can see straight away instead of missing it. So it's just a case of me getting this correct. CID equals so it's easy for me to check this doing it like this. But the CID and ID are different. I probably should have called it the same thing, but I can check it. So that is complete now. Go and control that. So that should be M. Okay. So what I want to see now is I'm going to put that on the board. Let's see where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it above. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to leave that because that's been used. I'm going to put it above here. And that should be both controls. There you go. Both of them will come on. So what I can now do is I can delete that. And I can delete that. And them two are now done. And them two are now this one thing here. And let me test. That's reset and that's false. Can you see? When I click on, so that part, I'm just wiring them up. Like I've done it. Everything has gotten to a certain stage. Like these, like some of these, I click on them and they show you the string and they identify which square I click. Same with this. I click on this and it tells me that I'll press the reset button. I click on that. It tells me that I'll press the false button. Now later on, I could get them to start doing something rather than them just console login. They can a bit later on I can get them to do something. And I just noticed something now, and that is I just made them buttons. I should just leave them as they are, but I just noticed that they're not level now. I made them a bit bigger. And if I leave them small, they look more level. So I'll leave them small. Okay, that's the end of this video. What I'm going to do next is move on to these. These are a bit more difficult because, as you can see, they've got a value in them that has to change, whereas these haven't got anything that needs to change. So they're a bit more difficult, and they're a bit more. It's a bit more complicated than the one. So I'll do that in the next video. Until next time, bye.